Everybody likes stories, isn't it? Okay, let me tell you one story to highlight how much important conventions are. One simple story, and at the end of this, I'll also give you some examples of few real success stories. There was a kingdom, a beautiful kingdom, where there was a beautiful king who been ruling this kingdom. The kingdom was so beautiful. It is filled with the riches. It's filled with the people who are, beautiful, helping nature, very ethical. There's a more. They are more like being human kind of people. There should be dance, music, and drama. So there are many other activities to entertain their citizens. So basically the kingdom was so beautiful. One day it happened that a wizard, a mantravadi or tantravadi, whatever you can call it, has entered to this kingdom. He couldn't tolerate how beautiful this nation can be, this kingdom can be. He felt very angry, very, very angry. He decided, I will curse this kingdom. Nobody should be happy. Everybody should quarrel every day. So what he did, he prepared one poison lotion and he mixed it to all the drinking waters across the kingdom. The people who drink water used to act like mad people. In a no time, the whole kingdom is filled with mad, mad, mad people. The king bought so many rules and regulations. Still, he couldn't control the situation at all. But the situation turned other way. The citizens started feeling that our king has gone mad. So they made a pact and they decided to kill him. They were on their way towards palace and they are about to kill. So this information somehow queen got to know. And the reason why kingdom has become mad people, but king and queen or family was normal. This wizard, this tantravadi, he couldn't reach the well which is there inside the palace. So the royal family is to drink the water from palace. So the queen got to know about it. Then she spent so much of time thinking. She got into deep thinking. See, she had wine, many other stuff to think, and she came up with a brilliant idea. So the idea is, she got the water from outside whatever the people used to drink the water. She gave it to her kids, she gave it to her king, she gave it to all her family members, and she also drank. And the king, after drinking this water, by the time these people who wanted to kill king, so they are there at the palace, and they started feeling that our king has become normal. The queen's idea worked out. So do we need king? Yes, obviously we need king. So they felt that. So king was not killed. The problem solved. However, what's the moral of this story? What do you think? We Java developers follow right convention. There's a particular convention which I'm going to teach you across our journey. Starting from Java basics till we reach Android, Spring, Hibernate, these things. And ad hoc basis, I'll be keep teaching you, adding you more and more points about convention. So that's the reason I asked you to maintain a separate one page to write about the conventions, and as and when I teach you about the conventions in between, just fill that notes there. So we Java developers follow the right a particular convention, and as a Java developer, if you are trying to become a Java developer now, if you do not follow that convention, you will be considered as that mad king, and you don't want to be in the position, right? See, we have created more success stories than any other training institute here in Bangalore or even in India. The reason is because we emphasize on doing the live coding and keeping your code in a particular repository called GitHub, which you are going to study in advanced Java. Don't worry about that now. Now the GitHub profile URL, you will keep it in your resume. Now the employers who come to felight, since they have, one is the moment you have a GitHub URL in your resume weightage has increased. Second, they will look into the code what you have written there, and they should feel that this is not just written by any ordinary fresher, it is written by a professional. So this is one reason. One simple success story I'll tell you. There's a few years back, a company called L Science was here, and they read the reviews about felight and all online, and they decided what they had 10 openings, and they decided maybe we can fill all these openings here itself. So they approached us and they came over for the interview here. 60 people attended the interview, and it was very very devastating. Like only 2 people made through, only 2 people got placed. I had a discussion with, they called me intentionally, the HR, and they like it was a total shape out for me because my students were not able to clear very very fundamental questions in core Java. So then I understood what's the problem here, and we realized that by the time our students are reaching Android or Spring, they are forgetting the concepts of core Java. So we brought mock interview into place. So I was knowing that the health science is never gonna come back because you cannot, you let your client down and the situation is not satisfactory. They are not going to come back. But after 6 months, again the company came back. The reason is because those 2 people were placed. They were able to, the way they code, the conventions and all which they maintain, their project manager was surprised. Okay, these guys are there in the glass wall, the success stories, some of the success stories which they publish. Only not all the success stories are published on the glass wall. Very few selected success stories are published there. So there is one guy called Kavin and there is one girl called Sundari. These are the 2 people made L Science to come back. So the project manager was surprised and they asked them like how you are able to code like this. They told we studied at felight and Vinay always emphasized maintaining the right convention, being a production ready developer. So then the project manager again reached out to HR and told we have the 5 openings for Android developers what we are having. We have to go back to the training institute. So that is after 6 months. When they came here, like around 30 people has completed the training. They were ready for interview, and only 12 people has cleared the mock interview at that time. Out of which 8 people were eligible for L Science company's criteria, eligibility criteria like percentage, academics, other stuff. So the only 8 resumes were shared out of 30, and out of 8 people, they hired 4 people. Okay, they had 5 openings, but they hired 4 people. So do you see the success rate here? So because of this reason, with the past experience, success stories, whatever I seen in my life, I strongly emphasize on maintaining the right convention, which is not just included to what I teach here, and also to observe and understand how I am coding. Say for example, for class first letter I am keeping it as capital. After this I am opening the flower brace here, then I am giving an indent of space. And again here, after opening this flower brace, again I am giving an indent of space here. So all these things are basically a convention. You have to observe the way I code. See, there is no presentation I share here. I'll always do the coding in front of you. So please do maintain these conventions. Okay, this is the end of final variables. Okay, the next lesson we'll look into, what is the next chapter? Numeric data types, arithmetic operators, literal and arithmetic expressions. Thank you.